Okay, I see. I think we're back.
All right.
All
I
right.
don't know what else to do with that, you know. So I.
All right, let me go back on and see where we are at. Uh go here. Hmm, okay.
We'll see
Go
if anybody
here.
else can get on.
All right, let me type this in again. See what happens.
Oh, I see Martine. I see Kenny. Yeah, so we're back on. I don't know. It's so weird. YouTube being weird. Fabian's on
Okay.
too, and you're on. Yep, there we go.
Okay. I think yeah, I just saw mine posted. Okay.
Yeah, and just for the heck of it, I'm gonna refresh the chat because you can't see it here.
Okay. And I am going to get off of my phone. Otherwise I might get some feedback and echoing.
Slight buffer again. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, bro. YouTube is having issues, so I don't know. Like maybe we'll just record this episode for people to watch afterward. Guys, YouTube is having issues, and it's not us. I promise you. Let me look at reported problems. Literally in my area and Chicago. What? What?
I haven't had any problems on my end clicking in.
YouTube home is down. YouTube app is crashing. Video refused to load. This is all hours ago. I am not kidding you guys. When it comes to YouTube is down. I will show it to you in a second. Let's see if I can show this. All right, okay. All right, I'm gonna put it over this one. You guys see this? This is blue and blue. See that? This is where it's reported. So Chicago reported this. New York, Eastern area reported. Boston had a slight hue. Denver, Boise, Los Angeles. So it's not just me. It's not just me.
It's not just you.
It's not just me. It's not just me. Yeah. There is reported problem for sure. There is a reported problem. Hopefully it gets better. It really depends on them, not us. All right. So what I was saying is that I don't think cigar industry is like I'm competing against you cigar thing, because everybody eventually had to work with each other. I'm pretty sure at one time or another. Let's say this, okay? Let's say if you own a supermarket, you're not gonna be enemy of another supermarket next town.
I'm going to be the enemy of the supermarket across the street from me.
Right. But keep in mind, they're products, right?
Yes. Yes.
So they're not across from each other. They sell, and here's the thing. It might sound counterintuitive, but cigar brand helps another cigar brand grow.
I always hear the saying, the cigar industry is a big industry, but it's a small industry at the same time.
Yeah, only 2%.
Comparatively with other industries, right? Yes, it's a small industry, but it is a large industry. And well, it's a small business, but a large industry. Does that make more sense?
Well, only 2% of the U.S.
Okay, so and I'm thinking of if it's such a okay, the U.S. market, okay, if it's such a small industry, look at the industry and the price. I don't want to talk about the prices because prices are outrageous north of the border. Okay, but the industry up north of the border, the industry in Europe. Okay, it's. I mean, it's a huge industry. It's a huge industry.
For cigar?
I think so. When you have cigars that are in multiple European countries, okay, and you have them in Canada, even though the prices are high, and you have in the United States, depending on what state you live in, the tax price is high. Okay, but
I honestly think that in the rest of the world, by average, in terms of how many people smoke cigar, they're all less than US.
yes, I agree with that. They're all we. I think we are the people that push the cigar market.
Okay, so if
Okay,
you think about this, right? What I mean by cigar help each other. Let's say if you Val, let's say Val had a cigar brand called Blindman's Trophy. That's like, without
yeah,
hurting the other trademark. Blindman's Trophy. Okay, and Val enter a shop, and the shop decides to carry it. So that shop has one cigar. Now you have zero competition, right?
yes,
Do you think that's gonna sell because that cigar only have that shop only had one cigar?
one of my cigars.
No, just you can have your whole brand. Let's say you have 15 different cigars there, but that shop only had one brand.
No, it's not going to do well.
Exactly. So each brand depends on each other. Ain't nobody's gonna go to a shop that only have one brand. Like when you go to Davidoff, Davidoff don't just sell Davidoff. Davidoff had sell other stuff because some people are looking for other stuff. They can't just look for one thing.
Yeah, I understand that. I get that.
So ultimately, they're helping each other, right? And I'm pretty sure there are times where it's like, hey, I ran out of this tobacco. Can I borrow some from you and whatever? So they all had to see each other, in like trade shows and stuff like that. They can't be enemy of each other.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Because not we all know, but I know that in those in those shows, after that day is done, they do hook up together and they meet. They go out together and eat. They go out together and socialize and whatever. You know, um,
So
yeah.
I don't
I
think that
mean,
they treat each other as competitions. I don't. I really
okay.
don't see them as that. Because if somebody likes certain cigars, they might like a whole range of that certain cigar. And because that whole range, another person's always helping that brand to do better. For example, if one brand came out a year of the horse, and the other brand came out a year of the horse, guess what? That triggers everybody to buy every single year of the horse out there. If you release a Corojo that did well, and I release a Corojo, but because your Corojo did very well, it triggers people to try my Corojo. So I think they are all. It will be like this, okay? ITS, Blindman's Trophy. All right, Val, are we competition? Are we enemies?
No, we're not enemies.
But I say if you own that brand right now, and I own ITS, are we enemy?
No, we're not enemies.
So are we competitions?
Kind of, yeah. We're in competition because I'm going to try to get my stuff out And hopefully you're not going to go to the same place I go.
No, we definitely
Or
gotta
I'm
go the
going to
same place
beat
I
you
go.
there. I'm going to
Not to
beat you there.
mention, I'm gonna smoke your cigar. You gotta smoke mine,
Yeah, I will.
right? So we're not competitions. Because I know your client probably like a certain cigar, and my client like certain cigars.
So okay, so I was talking to uh, one of the store reps at the last event I went to, and I asked him, "Listen, when somebody comes in to your store, how do you address that person? How do you introduce yourself to that person? How do you greet that person?" And he says, "Well, I say hi, welcome to welcome to the lounge, welcome to the lounge, and our humidors in this area." Then I'd like to ask him a question: is there a certain or particular cigar you're looking for? I might be able to help you find it, or do you want to know something new that we just got in, or we got some of the newest cigars that just came in? To give them an idea, to have something to think about. And then the next question is, if they don't start responding back right away, he'll let a little, just a little time go by, and he'll say, well, what do you like to smoke? What cigar brands do you smoke? So this way he has an idea, and hopefully that store rep tobacconist is a cigar smoker with a decent palate, and most I believe do have good palates. And he or she may be able to say, hey, listen, you like smoking this brand, have you tried this? They're kind of almost similar, a little bit different, but if you never tried this, you might want to give this one a try. To
Mm-hmm.
try them into lead them into a little direction from what they usually or normally go
Sure.
for. All right. And that led me to think that, yeah, I think a cigar shop, a cigar lounge really needs to have a cigar smoker in there or working there, so they can assist that person coming in that's purchasing cigars. Whether that person is new to cigars, has been into cigars for a few years, or has been into the cigar smoking for many years. You just have a different insight, a different approach to what's going on in their humidor.
Yeah. So essentially, you just prove it yourself. They're not competition. They're not enemies. In
Well,
fact, if you like one, you like the other. They are same type of people, right? So I think they don't see each other as competition like that. What they will see is market saturation. I think, right? It's like, oh, we have all the Maduros, and we don't have, and the market is saturated with new Connecticut's. In order to take a piece of that market, I have to come out with the Connecticut. But I don't think like the other brands like, how dare you? You try to like steal our market by releasing Connecticut. No, you know, I don't think that happens. I don't see it that way. And I don't think most people see it that way either, because they all have to work with each other. They at one point or another, either they work with the same distributor, they work with the same thing, they have collaborations, they have like I say, borrow tobaccos, whatever, try to trade tobaccos. I'm pretty sure that happens. So they are just people in the same industry, in my opinion, right? So like when you go into buy cigars, you buy all the ones that you like. You didn't go like, because I buy Davidoff, I won't buy Fuentes because they're competition.
right.
You know,
Right.
you gotta go because I like that stuff. I should probably like Fuentes. I should probably like this. I should probably like that. I should probably because I like DTT. I probably like Gurkhas too. You know. That was just throwing random names. Don't get that serious. I'm just throwing random names. So, you know, I like pepper, so I like this brand. I must like Espinosa as well, so I'm gonna grab that as well. I don't think they fight each other like that. Because in the end, they're making a product for the mass.
Well, and I never thought about this before until I did speak a little bit to the store manager at that time, and I'm asking him about. He said about the cigars that he carries there. He says, you know what? It's very hard to bring cigars in his shop because of shelf space. He says, there's cigars I want to bring in, but I can't bring them in because I don't have the shelf space for them. And if you know, they're committed to buying certain brand, if you want to get these other cigars, then you got to carry these. If you want AB, well, you know what? You can get AB, but you also got to carry C, D, and E.
Okay.
And if you don't carry C, D, and E, well, you're either not going to get the AB or you're going to get limited AB.
Okay, makes sense.
You know, and I'm thinking that's a big holdup of maybe some brands getting into some of the lounges and in shops. Not that they're not good cigars, but the shelf space available and what's already dedicated to that shelf space. What's going on, Martin?
Hey, Martin. I think that part of it too is like you obviously want to have. They're fighting shelf space, sure, but that shelf space is not the same. I mean, as a brand, for you to release a certain cigar that are limited to production, right? Let's say you know that you only gotta release these kind of cigars, $500 a year. You have to have a way to measure your distribution. You're not gonna distribute those cigars where the cigar shop is the primary focus isn't you, because those cigars just sit there. And when the cigar sits there, eventually you discount them and try to get rid of them, and that lowers the value. So it's not really your competition at that point. It's really whether or not the shop can move it.
Let me and I want people out there to answer this question because I am very particular when I go to a humidor in a shop or a lounge. You don't, man, I tell you what, it bothers the heck out of me when I see cigars on the very bottom shelf. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two is it bothers the heck of me to see cigar boxes, okay, on the floor.
Okay.
Now hey, look it. I mean, put a little pallet on the floor and put the cigar boxes on top of that little pallet on the floor so it's not directly on the floor. It's one of my quirky things. It just bugs the hell out of me.
Okay.
You know, and I don't like looking all the way down like this here to find a cigar.
I get that.
But I don't.
But what do
the
you do
lowest
if
I
you
would
run out
put
of
a
space?
cigar would be at knee level.
But what do you do when you run out of space?
Well, yeah.
You want to carry new cigars, but you're out of place.
That's a problem. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. So, I think, and I hate I don't want to feel like I'm promoting, okay? But if you've seen Tim Swanson's redesign of his humidor, okay, he has a little video, a little YouTube
So
out of his redesign of his humidor, where he has they look like boxes, small boxes, compartments. I mean, you can fit four across, five deep. They're all the same sizes. He's got the names across the box. He's got the price point across the box. He's developing more space so he can bring out more of his cigars available on the shelves to you to look at and select from. I thought that was a great idea. However, after speaking to several people, the people that I've spoken to says, yeah, I get it. I understand it, but I really like to see the box that those cigars come in.
Yeah, because the box will sell it.
Yes. And you're exactly right. Because the box is going to sell it.
Right. But
Okay.
you also gotta understand it's a different market.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's different market, maybe a different marketing approach to it.
No. Like what I mean by that is you're talking about an online market, primarily an online market, and primarily a lounge.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's primarily an online. Yeah, and he does have a nice little lounge there.
Right? So his primary business isn't the
The
people
on-
that's window shopping. His
online-
primary
yeah.
thing is online.
The online.
And here's the thing is that he's always in the shop. He have a guy that's in the front always in the shop. He talk about every cigar, and literally if you go in there, somebody's in there. So he have people that will tell you where things are and recommend it to you because that's literally that his whole business is depends on that. So I don't think that matters to him. It's where the organization is. The selling point isn't the box when you go into there. How about that? But when you go to a lounge, where when you enter the thing, nobody's ever in there really, then the box has to sell it.
Yeah.
So when you go to like, for example, Davidoff, it's like that. Everything's grid. Some stuff have boxes on top, but everything's just here. Stick with this. It's just dividers, no boxes, right? The boxes on the top, everything just dividers. Why? Because their service tell you where recommends cigars to you or tell you where their things are when you ask, right? So the difference between a lounge and an online business are kind of very different. Service oriented versus you gotta find your own. So I don't think that's a problem, but I'm just saying it's for different market. But when you say something like you gotta fit the box all the way to the bottom, you have no choice. When you run out of space, you gotta find space. You can only go so high. Now you gotta go down. Right? Do I like to just squat down to find cigars? Probably not. It feels like the cigar in the bottom is neglected. But I gotta be very honest with you. If I own a shop, I put the most popular one on the very bottom.
Why?
Because people are already coming in to find those anyway. Right? People are gonna find those anyway.
Good point.
And what you can do is literally put a sign at the bottom says, let's say like just put a sign multi-crystal and put an arrow down. First shelf, so people can see at eye level where multi-crystal is on the first shelf. Right?
Okay.
But if you gotta go to a shop and you're looking at famous brands, like, hey, you guys don't have like Oliva? Yeah, very bottom. Not because not because we don't care about them, is because everybody knows Levi. You don't need the box to sell it. You don't need to see it to sell it. Right? I went to a lot of shop where Padrones are at the very bottom.
Really?
Padrones on the bottom. Because Padron, you're not selling the box. Padron have this trade thing. Just like, you know, that what you talk about Tim Swanson's doing. So that thing's on the bottom. Because if you're looking for Padron, you come in knowing that what you want already. Like Martin, when you go to the shop, do you need to ask for Padrons? You know the shop, either they have it or they don't. And most likely they do.
Well, I look at. I'd say what I do like. I like it when I go into a shop, or into a shop, the lounge, and I'll ask for, because of my vision, I say, hey, you know what? I don't see that well. Can you tell me where? And I'll be out in front at the counter with them before I go into the lounge. Otherwise, I'm in there 25, 30 minutes going up and down the shelves, up and down the shelves, up and down the shelves. But if you can tell me, oh yeah, to Padrones, if you walk into Humidor and you make a right at the very end of the aisle on the right-hand side, second and third shelf up, we got the Padrones there.
Okay.
Okay. As opposed to you go into a lounge or a shop and you ask about the cigar and yeah, I think I'm not sure, but yeah, I know we got them. So
okay.
You got it for me to be able to provide good service. You have to know the layout of your humidor. You have to know it. To me, it's a must. To me, it's a must. Because, like I said, because of my vision problem, I'm literally in there 25, 35 minutes looking at all the cigars, and, literally putting my eye up against this, what is this and how much
That's
is
why
this?
you need somebody in there. That's why you need a person, that tobacconist is guarding your humidor.
Do their job.
Now, fortunately, because I've been frequenting the lounges, they know me when I come in, and they say, "Hey, Val, is your wife with you?" No. Okay, then I'll be with you in a few minutes. I'll help you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when you go to Davidoff, when you go to certain lounges, they follow you in, right? And they see you browsing, they're gonna ask, "Hey, what are you looking for today?" I mean, and if you can't find anything, they're like, "Let me recommend you something." And if your shop doesn't do that, well, the box has to sell it themselves, and your space is limited like that. But if you have someone that does that, recommending and stuff like that, you gotta sell more.
I'll tell you, I went to a cigar lounge a couple of years ago, about 20 minutes from my house, and I'm looking for a certain cigar. And I'm looking all over this place. I'm looking all over, and I can't find it. I finally asked the person behind the counter, "Hey, listen, I'm looking for this lounge, and I'm told that you guys carry it." I said, "Where's it at? I don't see it."
Cigar, you mean?
Yeah, I'm looking for. Oh, yeah, I'm into cigars. So I'm looking for the cigar in your shop lounge area, and I don't see it. Where's it at? Number one, the guy said, "Well, yeah, it's around here somewhere. I'm not sure yet."
Okay.
Okay. I said, "You're not sure?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know we have it." So luckily, he's helping me look for it. Now he finds it. He finds it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the counter. All right. Behind the counter. In the corner. On the very bottom shelf. And I say to the guy, "Why do you have this cigar down there?" Well, he had no answer. I said, you know what? I said, this brand owner, he lives in your community. You should be having his stuff up high. You should be helping promote this brand. He lives in your community.
But if it sells already, he doesn't have to.
Well, I don't know, Tony. I kind of disagree, man. I disagree.
Okay, how about this? Do you think if I own a shop, do you think I had to put Andalusian Bowl anywhere you can see?
Hey, look it. If I'm the owner of Andalusian Bull and I live in your neighborhood, literally live in your neighborhood, yeah, I expect my Andalusian Bull to be readily eyesight available.
No, because I only have so many. I know people who heard that I have it, it's gonna come and rob me. They're gonna come in, hey, you guys got an illusion? But yeah, we do. You get one stick. You know?
Well, I don't know about that part, but if you got the cigar, sell it.
Right? If I own a cigar shop and I put a sign that says we have Opus X, do you think I had to put it where you can see to sell it?
Well, when you're talking about a big brand and a well-known cigar, probably not. But I'm saying,
But that's what I'm saying. If you knew I sell something and this sells itself, I don't have to put it anywhere that's visible. Because you'll come and ask me. And I had to decide whether or not to sell it to you because I only have so many.
yeah, you're gonna sell it to me. You want that money? You're gonna sell it to me.
Well, I got regulars waiting for them too.
I don't care about your regulars. You want to make the money now.
Yeah, I'm not care about my regulars because my regulars gonna come today, tomorrow, the day after that.
Yeah, but you know what I am? I'm your bonus money.
I know you're
I'm
my
your
bonus money.
I'm the bonus money that picked up those cigars from you. I said, damn, I got some cigars
you're
from
my
here.
bonus
I'm
money.
gonna come back. I'm gonna have to come
No,
back and visit
you're
this
my
place
bonus
again.
money that even if I didn't tell you, you gotta buy something today.
My intention is to go and buy something for sure.
Exactly. So and the reason that you couldn't find it is because you're not my regulars. Because if you're my regular, I will be like, hey, we just got some bowls in. You want some?
How long are you gonna hold on to those bulls for?
How long?
Yeah.
Well, if I know it sells, I can hold it as long as I want. It only
No,
gets
no,
more
no.
expensive.
No. That's not what you just told me. You told me you're holding on to your regulars.
Yeah.
I'm coming in to buy these cigars from you right now, and you're not gonna sell them to me because you're holding them for your regulars.
Yeah.
And what if your regular doesn't show up for a month?
Okay, then I start recommending to people when people show up. Keep in mind, cigar only gets more expensive. It doesn't get cheaper.
What I'm saying is you got a paying customer right now ready to
But
give
I'm telling you, I'm talking about cigar that I know sells, no matter what sells. I don't think anybody will have trouble selling Andalusian Bow or Opuses.
No, they won't. They won't.
Now, since I don't have a problem selling that, I can hold it until I feel like, you know what, I would like some bonus money today. If Val came in, right away pick out 3 boxes on the table, says, hey, I gotta select more, I gotta see what else you have. Then I'm gonna go, hey Val, we got some of these, we got some of that, we got some of that, I start recommending it. Because Val just spent big money in my shop just now. But Val, if you find it your own, that's fine. But if you didn't find it and you already have 3 boxes on my table right now, I'm gonna ask you if you gotta buy something else. I'm gonna put an orange peel in my mouth. And I'm gonna make you an offer that you can refuse. Right?
Look, I'm gonna tell you, I had that experience and I was not happy with it.
Sure. And the guy only saw you one time, twice, three times, and he never got to see you again.
I know, yeah, you know why he ain't gonna see me again? Because he didn't sell me the cigar.
Right. But even if he sold it to you, how often he's got to see you?
Oh, I would probably make a trip once a month to go there.
Right? So,
Because I'm crossing the state line to get to him.
okay, exactly. The chance of you going to him is so much less where he can make more sales with what he have.
Look, I'm not disputing. I'm just saying this here. I'm gonna go in there. I want to buy, let's say the Andalusian Bull.
Okay.
And I say, hey, listen, do you have any Andalusian Bulls? No, I don't have any. You don't have any? Well, I talked to my buddy. He tells me you have some. He goes, well, they're gone. We sold them. We sold them all.
Yeah.
I said, you don't have any in your shop at all?
We
Not
do have
one?
it. They're on hold. You want to try it back in a week?
That's exactly what happened to me. But tell me, you know what? I do have some bulls, but I'm holding them for someone. Then I can come back and say, hey, listen, if he doesn't come back to them for them in X amount of days, or how long are you going to hold them for him?
But I can't make that promise. For example, if I say I'm gonna hold it for a week,
Yeah.
but my buddy just called me and says, yo, I can't make it this week, I'll go the next week. You show up a week later and then what?
Look at.
Go.
Look at. If you tell me I'm going to hold them for you for 1 week, and if you ain't here by that 1 week, I'm 7 days. I'm telling you, 7 days from today. If you're not here on that 7th day, come day 8,
Putting on your tab.
they're open. They're open up. I'm opening them up. They're going to be available.
I can't do that to my friends. If they say, hey, Tony, I'd love to have it, please hold it for a month. I'm holding it for a month. Because I know even if you didn't go through with it for a month.
So now you're changing parameters.
What do you mean? It's my regular.
But I got the money right now.
Right, but if I piss him off, I gotta see a pissed off guy for a whole week.
He's still going back. He's your boy. He's your regular.
Yeah, but he might not. He might just go to the next door shop because I screw him over. But your regular shop ain't here. I don't have to see you every day. I have to see that guy every day. And every other day I'm gonna hear is like, yo, let me tell you a story. Tony won't hold that box for me. He freaking sell it to nobody. I'm gonna hear it every day. Next time it's like,
say, well,
yo,
you know
I got
what?
this for you next week.
You should have showed up within those 7 days. Then you wouldn't be crying about it.
Yeah, but he's still gotta cry about it for a whole week or 2 or a month or 3 years.
Yeah, because that hat kill still bugs me.
Yeah.
Back in August of 21, people out there.
You know, Raul still talk about me giving him 2 sticks of factory strokes. That'll be forever.
Well, yeah, because you didn't give him 5. That's why he's bitching about it.
No, I give him everything else. That's only 2. He will still talk about it. The point is that if it's the regulars, that will be something that they talk about all the time, regularly. So imagine the customer is Raul. He's gonna go, yeah, Tony said he got that cigar for me. He only gave me like freaking 7 days. And if I freaking got COVID and I can't go. And he sold it to somebody.
So wait. Nah, don't be throwing in parameters on this stuff, okay? Don't be changing the parameters.
No, whatever the reason is.
Wow.
So I came on the 7th day, he sold it to someone already. What?
Well, no, you didn't come on the 7th because I would hold them for you on the 7th. Come day 8.
I came on the 8th day, he sold it. How about that? I came on the 8th day.
Gone. I sold them at 10 o'clock this morning, and you show up at 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
For that one thing, Val's gonna come over again next month, but I'm gonna hear that for the next 3 weeks.
You know what? Look, you know what, this Tony? Tough skin, baby.
Right? In compared to someone that's out of state to a regular, I'm gonna take care of my regulars. My regulars, my bread and butter, right? Bread and
Let me
butter.
tell you something, Val. Let me tell you something, Val. When we were in Arizona, I went and got White Castle, and I still ain't hearing the end of it.
Oh yeah, but you don't hear it from me.
No, he didn't just do that one time. He did that 3 times. Went to White Castle and still did not bring a single White Castle for me. Think about that. He did that 3 times. Every time he goes somewhere, White Castle, baby. And never once brought me a White Castle. I gave him so many chances to correct that. Not one time.
Oh man, see, you're gonna hear about it all the time.
Yeah. Val's been talking about the hat thing for like 4 years already.
Yeah. August of 21, people.
Yep.
You're never gonna hear the end of it.
It's there. I'm gonna tell you how popular that story got, because it led into Mr. Cuevas. Okay, I went to talk to Mr. Cuevas about 5 minutes. It really felt more like 10.
That wasn't a 5 minute. That was about 2 hours.
Okay, but it really felt like 10 minutes. People saying it was like 45 minutes. Some people said it was an hour. Some people say it was over an hour. Okay. And it had to make an impression on Tony. Okay. It had to.
I'm right next to you. I was sitting right there. You're talking right here, like there. Like
Yeah,
if I go over there and swing, I'll hit your head. That's how
but-
close you were.
Yeah, he's right there. He was right there, getting his ears bent about that story. But here's how popular that story got. It got so popular that Tony made a T-shirt out of it with Luis Cuevas' response to it.
Oh, I did.
You did, and I have that T-shirt.
What? What
Yes.
was that? How
You're
did
right,
that-
but you're wrong. What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that like, I can't. Like I was sitting over there for like 2 hours staring at Josh talking about his conversation over there. My ears like right here hearing it.
And I'm gonna tell you how gracious Luis was. He listened to me. He listened to me, and he answered me.
You guys know this, like, it's 2 hours for sure because Val took an hour to tell that story first.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luis Cueva took about 25 minutes to explain. And then Val had a 20-minute rebuttal. All right? He went right back, rebuttal. And then Val had to explain it again. The same thing in a different word.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, Val is still not content with it.
Still not.
No. Definitely
Even though
not.
in the end, he still eventually got a hat.
Yes, I did.
But that, you never hear the end of it. Every year we talk about this thing.
Yep. And
So
every year
imagine
he-
if I
he
don't
gets
hold, like
that.
if I had a lounge and I have a regular and I didn't hold a box of cigar, I'm gonna hear it for the next 15 years.
And anytime we see Val, he gets a new hat.
Right? Think about that. It's such a dangerous thing to not give Val a hat. I literally made a green hat for him.
It's part of my hat rotation.
So think about that. It's how dangerous. See, you don't see how dangerous that is. You're like, I travel from distant. Well, I don't have to hear from you at least once a month.
Yeah.
But the other one, I have to. So I'm gonna hide those cigars.
Well, it's different. It's different if you tell me, yeah, you know what, I have those cigars, but they're already accounted for. Okay. So I can't sell you any.
But in
I
terms
get
of
it.
where the placement is, okay?
I get it.
Val,
That I understand. I understand the loyalty aspect from you being the shop owner to your customers. And you know, these guys come to you weekly, sometimes 2 times a week. If you got a lounge, they can even come there 3 times a week.
right.
Okay.
Okay, Val, and another perspective, okay? If I put cigars where you can't find it, very bottom of the shelf, you come ask me for it, what does that get me?
So
That gives you an opportunity to not only to sell that cigar, but others
exactly.
as well.
So that's better for me. I'm gonna hire all the cigars that are guaranteed to sell on the bottom.
I can see it now. Hey, blind man, come and put all those cigars on the bottom.
Right? I'm like, I gotta put all, like, if right now I put Perjon's 60th anniversary #1 cigar of the year on the very bottom shelf, I guarantee people coming first thing they see is that, even if it's the very bottom.
Probably.
Yeah. But if I put a nobody on the bottom, you'll never look at it. Because if one cigar catch you in the very bottom, you gotta scan the whole entire bottom row.
I've done that. And I've gone and found like some old treasures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I got one cigar catch your eye in the very bottom, you gotta catch all of them. Yep, Tony, I had that happen to me once. A friend sold a cigar. He promised he was going to hold the cigar for me, and he sold it, and I didn't buy from him for a month. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm saying. If I had a shop, I'm putting all the popular one on the very bottom.
Yeah, but was he given a time frame?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. If you promise to hold it to me, you hold it until I get there.
Tell you what, Val. If Tony had a cigar shop and I told him, you know, Tony, I'm gonna buy that Oro Blanco one day. Can you hold it for me?
I'm holding that Oro Blanco forever. And I'm gonna give him shit every week.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
gonna give him shit every week. I'll be like, hey, Martin, that Oro is still sitting over there.
I'm gonna buy it one day.
I'll hold it forever just to give him shit every week. Think about that. So it's actually more strategic. It sounds horrible as a first time going in there, but in a business perspective, putting in the bottom is great.
God damn it, got it again. Fucking mayonnaise. That's twice.
Right? You gotta kind of flip that whole from holding from a customer to a sales, and then when you see it in the sales perspective, put in the bottom shelf ain't that bad. In fact, if you don't see the entire bottom shelf is great. If I come to talk to you, you gotta find all kind of treasure in the bottom. I gotta put all the new shit on the top because those things nobody knows. I need you to see it.
What if they walk in and they don't buy anything?
Say it again?
What if they walk in and they don't buy anything?
All right. Window shoppers, there's plenty of those.
And are you gonna be like, hey, did you find what you're looking for?
Yeah, usually that's the case, yeah. And it's like, I didn't see anything else. Did you check the bottom shelves? Right? I'm gonna put all the stuff that's not likely to sell on a very popular place where you can see it right away. That might make you want to try it. Because the stuff that sells, doesn't matter what I put it. I can put it back in my underwear, you'll probably buy it.
I can see it now. Hey, Martin, what you think about that cigar from Tony, man? That cigar was shitty.
But he bought it.
Wow.
Right? No, here's the thing, right? Let's just give it like an impossible scenario, right? You walk into the shop. You're like, I went through your entire humidor. You got anything better? I got a box of Cubans. Oh, really? I was like, yeah, sitting right there with my majority underwears. You'll still buy it.
Sure, somebody will.
But if this was a nobody cigar. Hey, you got any special cigars? Yeah, I got factory smoke right there with my underwear. You're not touching that shit.
No.
So if it's gonna sell, doesn't matter where I put it. You'll find it. If it's not gonna sell, I can put it in the most popular area. You'll have trouble selling it. And that's how it is. You gotta use the things that you can sell to help you sell things that you can't. And here's the thing: if you put like cigar that doesn't sell well in the most popular area, they still don't sell, you probably shouldn't carry it anyway. Right? Ta-da! Marketing 101, guys. Marketing 101. But yeah, going back to our original topic. Isn't that weird how people got famous for no reason? You don't know them. They are doing the job that a lot of people are doing today, and you don't know any of them. But somehow you know these few people. Do they make good cigars? Sure. But does that mean that all the blender don't make good cigar? You don't even know who blended right now. And here's the thing, like, other than Liga 9, where we know that Steve Saka blended, do you know any other cigar he blended?
Yeah.
In the Drew Estate line?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Liga Privada line. That was all
Right.
for him.
I'm just like, take away the Ligas.
Nope.
Pretty sure he make a lot of good cigars and bad cigars too. But that's so is any other blender. But somehow they got famous because they know everybody. And when they came out to run their own business, now shoot all the way to the stars. But you didn't know them before. So what happened? Right? Isn't that weird? You didn't know them before.
Yeah.
So the popularity didn't come from you know them. The popularity because you knew them when they show up, they knew everyone. They knew everybody in the industry. They went to everybody's show. They went to everybody's shop because they knew everyone. So you automatically think this person is somewhat important.
All right, so let me ask you a question here, Tony.
Yeah.
Your cigar lounge by you.
Okay.
If Steve Saka, Sean Williams, Jonathan Drew, whatever, they have an event at that lounge, are you going to go to it?
No.
You have the chance to talk to Steve Saka, Jonathan Drew.
Right.
That wouldn't draw you?
Not me.
Not totally.
Maybe someone else, but not me. But like, here's the thing. What am I gonna talk to them about?
You're gonna talk shit to him.
No, what am I gonna talk to them about?
Whatever the conversation
What do you
opens
think?
up to,
Okay.
what it leads to.
Let's say this. What do you think the conversation is gonna be like?
You know what I want to know? Why does he use that Bigfoot as part of his marketing?
Saka squash?
Yeah, well, I mean, what made him think of that? I mean, think about it. Think about it. Anybody could have done that years ago.
Let me grab
And
my
no,
notes.
you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
A lot of time it's just nickname or joke or something like that, kind of bringing it up.
It's probably an inside joke or something.
Yeah, like soy sauce assassin. That's an inside joke. Nobody understands this. Like when I file a trademark, they're like, "Do you sell soy sauce?" Like, no. You know, it's just an inside joke. But like, here's the thing. Let's say if I go to an event, I talk to somebody, "Hey, how you doing?" And it's like, "Yeah, I'm Tony." And it's like, "Oh yeah, I heard of you, but whatever." Right? What do you think the next thing is gonna go? Like, say, if I talk to Steve Saka, what do you think the next question is gonna be?
You know what? Yeah, I for me to go to something like that, it would be just to meet the person, have a few minutes with them, say hi, whatever, get a box, have him sign it, get a picture, and that would probably be the extent of my conversation with him because I do not know that much, and I'm not that well versed about tobaccos. I can't tell you anything about a Lajero. I can't tell you anything about a Viso or a Seco, a Corojo, a Criollo, whatever. I don't know. I can't. I can't.
Even if you know, what do you think the conversation is gonna be? Because he's try to say, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. What cigar did you like? I'll be like, I don't really smoke DTTs.
Well, I was okay. I know one of the questions I would ask him right off the bat. Who's your favorite football team?
Okay, and he's gotta say a thing, and it's like, nah, that's the wrong answer. Should happen, Seahawk.
Yeah, exactly.
And that would be the end of it.
I would try to recruit him right then and there.
So I'm going to a shop to meet this person and not buy his cigar. What value do I add?
No. Anytime I go to an event, my intentions is to buy whatever they got going on, and if I like what they got, do I like it enough to get the box? Okay.
Val, you know me. If I wanted a cigar, I would have bought it before the event even happened.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have to go there to buy a cigar.
What if it's a event exclusive for a Davidoff Oro Maduro?
Martin, you know me this long. When do you ever hear me go to an event exclusive to buy exclusive cigar? Right? I would add no value, and that conversation would be no value. You have more value if, like, saying, I go to Lewis's house and then we just chill and chat and smoke.
No, it's not. You're looking at a different context.
Exactly.
So
if I'm talking to a friend, that conversation is gonna go very long, and that conversation will have of value, even if it's shooting shit. But if I'm meeting somebody just because they are selling a product, that conversation is gonna be no value, and he ain't gonna remember it after I turn around. Right? In fact, Eric Espinosa was just in Watertown a little bit while ago as an event. I didn't know about it. I didn't go.
But if you knew about it,
no, he wouldn't.
If Eric texts me and says, yo, I'm gonna have an event in Boston, I'm gonna go anyway.
Really?
If Eric did that, yeah. If Eric Espinosa said, hey, Tony, I'm at an event in Watertown. That's your hometown. Show up. You bet. I'll show up. I'll say, hi, what's going on?
Like Lewis, if he were to show up.
Oh, if Lewis tell me that he's going to have an event in Boston and want me to show up, I'd show up.
Okay.
But it wasn't because of the event. It's because Lewis asked me to go.
Because yeah.
In fact, Lewis, you might as well tell me to go help you move boxes. I'll do it.
See, Val? When you were in Dallas, you didn't even tell me you were in Dallas.
that's true.
That's twice.
Was it twice? Might have been.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't go to an event for the sole reason of the event because I add no value to the event, and the event adds no value to me, other than making me spend money on cigars I probably don't need. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have any features that's gonna make people remember me. Val, people will remember. People will remember, I met this guy that's with a cane that picks out all the chick. People will remember Val. All right?
Skateboarders.
Because there's only so many people like Val. But Asians, you can tell me from a different Asian. You know, they're like, yeah, I met this Asian today. He came to me and just like he didn't like any of my cigars. Who is that? Next time I see him, I'll let you know. And then he goes to go to Chinatown and says, I think I just saw that guy. Where? They all look like him. Every single one of them.
True that.
No one's gonna remember. Has no value.
Oh,
They're gonna meet thousands of people. They think they gotta remember me. What a conversation that we had, unless that conversation adds any value. Like, hey, Steve, you fucked up on your box. Should have named it differently. He'll probably remember it, but it wouldn't be a good thing. Right? So that's why, like, it like that kind of stuff. I don't go to things that really has no value. It's wasting of time. I go there, spend a whole hour, 2 hours just to do that, just to not make any significant to anybody. At that point, I'm just a number on the receipt. You know what I'm saying? Unless you gotta go to every single of his event. First time I see you, second time you say, oh, I met you in this way, and he gotta go. I might have, but I'm gonna say, yeah, I remember you. But they don't really do. And then maybe the third time they kinda do, because you already picked them, you already catch them twice.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll make a difference. But other than that, you're not making any difference. Right? How about this? This sounds really bad, but I'm gonna put it as an example. Val, you've been to our release event for ITS. How many of those people that sit on the sofa you remember their name of?
How many do I remember their names of?
Yeah, that's not in the Legion.
That is not in the Legion? Yeah, no.
You meet so many people. It's hard to remember.
So here's the thing. And I when I went to this event on Saturday, I met a lot of people, and I introduced myself, and they, we exchanged names and stuff. And the first thing I told them, I said, I said, I may not remember your name. I said, I have to match your name with your voice, because my vision is not that well.
Okay.
And I may be looking at you, but I don't see you. I may be looking your way, but I don't see you. Okay. I said, so it's easy. I mean, I met like 15, 20 people. I can't remember 15 or 20 people's names.
Sure. I'm not asking you to remember that individually. I'm asking you, name one name that you remember in that shop.
Yeah, no. Oh, here's the thing about that. If you do not get up and walk around and sit down and talk to somebody, you're just in a big group. You know they're there, and they can say, hey, Val, Tony, Martine, Mike, Dave, Jim, blah, 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 blah. Now I know all the names because we're all at this big table, but I can really only converse with whoever's to the left or to the right of me, okay? But if I don't get up and walk around to sit down and talk to somebody for a little bit, I won't remember.
Even if you did walk around, you're not going to remember the name. You remember the conversation, maybe.
Oh, look it. I can remember. Okay, and I'm just gonna say a member. I'm gonna say a member. Okay. Now, I have to remember. I don't. When I first met him, I didn't know who he was. I didn't see his face. Didn't know. I know of his nickname, but at the time when I saw him, I didn't know who he was by nickname. But I knew who he was because of the clothes he was wearing.
What? You got me stumped.
The other Raul.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. And again, I feel badly because and I'm talking about El Presidente. I feel bad because I was looking forward to meeting with him and talking with him, but limited time. Didn't really have a chance to go and sit next to him and talk to him. I did get a chance to meet him. I did get a chance to say hi to him and that kind of stuff, but not really have a good little talk or a little discussion with him because we were all just smoking and talking around the table and drinking and stuff, you know, and um, yeah, that's
But it's different story because you still get to talk to them for the rest of the night and the day after and so on. So
yeah.
that strengthened that memory.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That was Friday night. Saturday was better.
Right?
The
So
day of the
that's the thing.
release was better.
But that's the thing. When you go to an event, those people ain't gonna remember you. To their best ability, they meet hundreds of people and they aren't gonna remember you.
I'm gonna say like that Cajun cook Justin. What's his name? Justin Wilson. I'll guarantee I'll remember. I remember El Presidente.
Right? So that's why, like, go to that kind of event. I really doesn't. Okay, Drew remember you because all that whole thing going on back and forth, throwing your cigar away, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna
Yeah,
forever
yeah.
remember you. But
I'm
if you
sure
didn't
he
have anything
remembers me.
specific like that happening, there's nothing to attach your memory to. There's no way to remember that. And the next time he met you, he met like, I remember you. I just don't remember. What's your name again? I remember you. Last time I met you. But remembering name, unless there's something that strengthened it, or remember a conversation or a meet, you have to re-strengthen it, or else it adds no value. It's just a blurb in their mind.
And I can get it. We're talking about Jonathan Drew. I can get his aspect of it or point of view of it because he's by himself and he's meeting everybody coming up. Everybody's coming up. How in the heck is he going to remember 300 names?
Exactly. So like what value do I have to go to that event? It's no different than me going to say hi to a stranger on the street.
Okay.
It might add value to people. Is like my goal was to meet him. I really want to meet him. Right? It adds a value to that. Finally met somebody. That's like no different than say, I really want to meet the president, or really want to meet Justin Bieber. All right, you did that. That's your goal. But I don't have that. I don't ever have that drive to say, I need to meet somebody famous. And I can tell you this is probably because how I was brought up anyway. Because I met a lot of famous people when I was younger. And they're always like family. So to me, they're just another person. Their job and their occupation did not make any difference to their personality, what they do, or who they are. So what people do that got them famous or whatever does not add to any value to me being a friend to somebody. Right? I can meet somebody that's like a billionaire business people. It does not depreciate any value that Martin is my friend. Martin does not make $1 billion a year, but doesn't make Martin any less in my list of friends because of what he does. So yeah, I mean, Drew can be a multi-billionaire that owns cigar brands or whatever, but that's just what he does. To be a friend had to be mutual. I want to be your friend, you want to be my friend. But if I'm just a customer, you're just someone that owns a business. And that adds no value. So I'm spending time and money. You're earning money and pay. By the moment, I'm the negative person. I'm the person that's losing out. So I'm spending all that money in order to get a picture. Then I'd rather spend the money and go hang out with Martin.
Oh yeah.
Because that picture will have more value to me later on when I'm talking about a story to somebody. Since I met Martin that day and he got waist drunk and fell down the ground, face planted. That'll be a funny story to give out. Rather than I met Jonathan Drew, here's a picture. And somebody go, hey, did you meet Tony? To Jonathan Drew. Jonathan Drew like, who's Tony? He had a picture with you. Well, so is hundreds and thousands of people.
Yeah.
Right? So friendship has much more value, but like fan and idol kind of thing never gets me. So that really doesn't add any value. And when I say value, I'm talking about emotional value. I'm not talking about like monetary value. Right? When we sat down, when we hang out with the Carrillos, that was a more friendly conversation, more friendly situation. So you can be friend with them. You can they'll probably remember you because of all that. But if that was an event and you go there and you met Ernie, he's not gonna remember you.
David would remember you.
That's because I bitch at right? Unless there's something that really shocked them, they're not gonna remember it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that meeting those people are bad. A lot of people, it's a part of the hobby. It's part of the hobby to meet the people that make those things, right? But if that was my goal, I'm losing out because I like the brand of the people who make the brands dead. You think I'm gonna be able to meet like Zeno? Like, I had to meet all those brand owners. And if you want to do that, just go to PCA. You gotta meet all of them, right? Fastest way: open a shop, get a pass. You gotta meet all of them. In fact, you'll be a regular contact with all of them. Why? Because you're buying those cigars, right? If you gotta do something, find the most efficient path, right? The most efficient path is open a small store, open an online store. I don't care. Open a store, and go to PCA, and you gotta meet all of them. And the moment that you give them your EIN, your business number, they will remember you. Right? You will get to shake their hands. You will get to talk to them quite a bit. You will get your picture that you want. In fact, you want to invite them to your shop and do an event. They will be there. And you will get to talk to them longer than anybody else. Do that. That's way more efficient than go to events. And in fact, you'll be selling the event specials.
Right.
Right? I will find the most efficient way to do that if that's my goal. So if my goal is to meet all the cigar brand owners, easy. Start a shop. And you will get to see the true them. Not the, hi, how you doing? Yeah, I hope, like, what's your favorite cigar? Oh, you don't like that one? You will like this one.
You know what?
Have you tried my other brand? You know.
Anytime I meet a famous person from now on, I'm gonna be like, you'll probably never remember me, but hi, nice to meet you.
Have you guys heard the story? Somebody going to the business to apply for a job. And she's like, you're one of 1,000 people that's gonna show up today. Go ahead, you got 5 minutes, make an impression. Let me remember you. Because she already read thousands of resumes. Right? Everybody say the same shit. Well, guess what that person do and make an impression? Smack him in the face.
You ain't getting the job then.
But you'll remember him. If my purpose is to make you remember me, that smack will make you remember me forever.
Yep. Some dude came into an interview and smacked the shit out of me.
Did you just see that? And he's gonna tell everybody that story. That person will be famous. If the job is to make an impression, I made an impression. Good impression, bad impression is impression. And usually the bad impression gets remembered forever.
Yeah.
Right? So why not do a bad impression and apologize afterward? A smack you in the face. Did I make an impression? I guarantee you're gonna remember me for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years. But let me apologize and let me take you out for coffee. It's not professional, but I got the job done.
Yeah. You gotta do
Right?
something for people to remember you. And if you start with that too, it'll maybe make an impression. You probably have 1,000 resumes in front of you. You're probably not gonna remember me. But and then make something.
Either way, you gotta remember me. You gotta remember me about a smack. In fact, you gotta remember me to make sure that you toss that resume out later. You gotta find my name and you gotta remember my name because you gotta find that resume. Right?
Yep.
Out of the 1,000 people, I guarantee that person who smacked it in the face, they gotta remember because they need the name to sue them for assault.
Right?
Right? So it's you know, human is kind of weird. Like, you know, to make an impression is hard. And it has to be something negative, something positive. It has to happen multiple times for you to remember. I can go to if I never know Martin, and I went with a friend that knew Martin, go out for one day, he might not remember me. But Martin, if I go out drinking with you 3 times, you probably remember me, right?
Yeah.
Right? If I go out, that takes 3 times. But all I need is one. Just punch him one time. First night, punch him one time. He'll remember me for the rest of his life.
Yeah. I forget names all the time. Yeah, I remember you. I remember your name.
Right? You're like, I remember you. You freaking punched me last time. Shock value. The shock value. Make people remember you. So Val, so if I go to that event, I gotta make the person remember me. I had to go in there and say, your cigar really sucks. And I just snap his cigar in front of me, he'll remember me.
No, you want to be remembered, Tony. You got to wear one of your official Chinese garbs.
I can do that, and I'm probably not gonna be the first one. I'm probably not gonna be the first one.
You might be the first one at that event that day.
Might be. If
Let's
the dude
do it,
interviewing
Tony.
you,
Let's
just
do it.
Just tap him in the nuts.
I don't know. Do you want an assault charge or you want a sex offender charge?
Look, I got an idea. We can do a meetup. We'll get some guys, members, Tony, you wear your official Chinese garb.
Okay, what do I do? What do I do?
You got to wear a mariachi suit.
I love just a hat.
No, no, not just. A hat.
Okay, if I'm gonna do that, it has to be a winter. We
A
cannot
winter?
go. We
Wait,
cannot go
wait.
smoke or drinking
Why the winter?
because that thing's made of silk. It's hot as fuck.
No, silk ain't hot. It's soft. It's silky. It's slinky. It's breathable.
It's not breathable. Imagine silk inside, silk outside. Inside there's like more cotton and shit in there just to make it like, oh, that thing's hot to wear.
Is it really?
Oh yeah. All right, so when you say the official Chinese thing, you're talking about the one with like blue or red or green, right? Whole thing, and then have prints on it.
The long flowing wrap that you wear and whatever.
Okay, have you ever seen another Chinese show where people are not wearing that? They're just wearing like a cover,
I've
like
no
a martial art Chinese shows
No.
and stuff like that. It's just rope.
The only time I've seen that stuff is I'm watching a movie and they come out all dressed up. I said, man, that's pretty cool looking.
All right,
And
so
I'm talking about a movie setting now, okay?
if you watch any martial art movies and see what they wear, it's literally just one piece of cotton thing covered, tied up. Because the regular stuff they talk about, people wear on their birthdays and stuff and winters because they're cold. They don't wear it normally because it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. I don't like to wear it.
Okay.
In fact, most people will just wear the vest. Inside they wear whatever, they wear the vest and then the cover over it. It's not. Hotbox says silk is too fine woven, nor breathable at all. Silk is smooth. It keeps
Yes.
temperature.
Smooth, silky smooth.
But they're supposed to
slinky.
keep temperature. That's what they're used for. They're supposed to be insulated.
Oh.
Like, think about this, right? When the silkworm, they go through this metamorphosis in a cocoon. What is a cocoon for?
Warp.
Well, I just thought they go in there because they're developing on the inside.
Right, but what is a cocoon for?
Heat
It keeps them warm.
keeps them warm.
It protects
Oh.
them. So if I wear a silk thing that's literally what cocoon is made out of, from silkworm, what do you think is gonna happen? It's gonna keep me warm.
Yeah, but you're gonna look cool.
Yeah, no. See, this is why I'd rather be in satin sheets. Slip and slide around. It's nice and cool.
So no, and satin sheets basically like cotton, really finely woven.
And sex is fun on silk satin sheets.
Right? So the silk stuff was not meant for every day. Like the emperors, like they wear a silk, right? They're going there with their emperor clothes. They have people that fending them the whole time because that thing's freaking hot.
Yeah. That's why they carry the fan.
When they film Chinese Chinese shows and stuff like that, they wear those things. They can't take it off a whole day. They sweat their ass off. It's like wearing a superhero like Power Ranger suit. Right? Or wear like one of those mascot thing from the baseball shows.
Oh, yeah.
It's
At
hot.
the racetrack. At the racetrack, they were wearing those track suits.
Martin, did you lose your shoe?
No.
You step on those things.
Oh, yeah. No, my heel popped out. But yeah, when they're wearing the flame retardant suit, they're hot. Like I remember when I used to go to
those
races.
things are hot. They're a lot of specific utility clothing, especially Chinese stuff. A lot of stuff that you see that's fancy, it's only for rich people who can afford ice and people fending them all day, or on their birthday they wear it for a few hours and take it off.
What you know about that, Joey?
All right, that's what it is. Okay. But yes, I can wear something Asian It's very easy to wear something Asian.
Yeah.
Right? I wear a tank top, a short pants, a slipper, a Chinese plastic bag. I look Asian as fuck. And I just go in there, talk with the accent. I can wear whatever. I can wear like, you know, Balenciaga and everything. I walk in, hey, how you doing? My name Tony. Everything just look Asian just now. Nice to meet you. I like your cigar. Tastes good. Very good. All my family like it. Absolutely like Chinese fried rice. I look Asian. Doesn't matter what I wear. You know what doesn't look Asian? Wear any clothes with Chinese letter on it. Automatically, it's like, what? You know? That's how he is. That's how he is. All right, 11:10. This is it for today's show. I'm gonna jump into the Discord in the group to finish up my cigar.
All right.
But that's pretty much it for today. I'll see you guys most likely
All
on
right.
Saturday.
All right.
All right. So
All right.
that is it for tonight.
All right. Thanks for
Have a good
joining
night,
us, everybody.
Big thanks to those people who bear through all this technical difficulty. It's not my fault, I promise you. So,
Go out and
I'll see
burn
you
one
guys
tonight or tomorrow.
It is Tony's fault.
it's always my fault. Jeez. All right. I'll see you guys Discord. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.